Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. First and foremost, you know what I tell you when you get in here. But I want to check the sound of my voice. Mic check. I'll give you a couple seconds getting here. Hit that one. Let me know you're in here. Okay, let me listen. They texted me already. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know I'm live. Why are you texting me? Why are you texting me? Okay. Good reason. How's everyone doing? Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I wouldn't be here today if not for the blogger lady. Man, I tell you, this is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, so on the heels of a settlement in the bankruptcy case involving Tasha K and Cardi B, as I'm perusing through the court documents and emails and sources, et cetera, it looks like Fat Joe has his target on Tasha K now because of a story that she did involving his wife. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is crazy. So now Fat Joe, the rapper from the Bronx, shout out to the Bronx. Tasha K is going after another Bronx rapper. First it was Cardi B, now this is Fat Joe. According to a article that she had posted, and she had did apparently a live in her website on Tasha K Live. He claims that Fat Joe allegedly blackened his current wife's eye after she was caught having a threesome with none other than Benzino. Wait a minute. In Turks and Caicos. Now, come on, Tasha. Come on. Well, apparently Fat Joe's attorney moved quickly and swiftly to debunk this reporting. Apparently, it never happened. It never happened. And as such, Fat Joe's attorney sent out a cease and desist to Tasha K, demanding her to remove that content, retract it. Otherwise, they're suing. Well, considering there's not much money out there anyway, they may have to get in line. This reporting is just crazy. Let me take it. Hey, listen, I didn't say this. This is what the blogger lady has reported. I didn't say this. I cannot confirm any of this that has ever happened. And why Benzino of all people? Why did you put my man Benzino in it? Now, come on. I don't know if Benzino will be messing with no married woman. But again, I can't speak for the man. But the point is, you can't keep getting these cease and desist and possible lawsuits because it's not going to stop someone from taking you to court. Now, you are in an agreement with Cardi B. However, if someone else decides to sue you and prevail and then attaches your assets, that won't stop. That won't stop someone from trying to go after certain assets. It may slow up Cardi getting the money if they attach a certain important asset that you have. I'm not going to say what the asset is, but you do not want to get into more legal battles with people regarding defamation or slander and so forth. You have to be very careful. So this cease and desist was sent probably, I would just say, within the last 2 weeks. Within the last 2 weeks. The lawsuit hasn't been filed yet, but the cease and desist has been sent. Confirmed. And I just think that while it's okay to gossip, it's also okay to, if that's what you do. If that's what you do, if you gossip, that's what you do. But you got to fact check what you're putting out there. You got to do that. So apparently, Joey, we call him Joey Crack from the Bronx, didn't like that. You accused a man of abusing his wife. That's actually a crime. Assaulting his wife, it's a crime. Where's the police report? Is there a police report out there that this happened? Is that written in the police report? Because if you can't produce a police report and you just heard through word of mouth, I wouldn't be riding with that. I wouldn't be riding with that. Unless you eyewitnessed this, unless you was in Turkey and Caicos, if they were even there, we don't know if they were even there. Do you have I want to say eyewitnesses, because the last time you had an eyewitness to an account, she was on the platform with you talking trash about Cardi B. Y'all know who the girl is. What started this whole thing with the lawsuit, the first lawsuit. But barring having any hardcore proof, people are going to respond. They're going to say you're right for the picking. So Fat Joe is obviously thinking about what course of action should take. And we'll see how that plays out, ladies and gentlemen. But, saying the man punched his wife and everything, that's crazy. This guy had sponsorship all over the place. This guy has sponsorship. You have sponsorships. So when they hear reports like this, the sponsors, they're going to pull back. They're going to pull back. Hey, we don't want this wife abuser to represent our brand. So you got to be very careful. You got to get very careful. It's just, just think about this. You wake up in the morning, you turn on your computer and you see this. You see this. This is crazy. But Joey said it didn't happen. It never happened. So what would you guys do? If someone's saying something like this, what would you guys do? How would you deal with it? Again, people deal with the way they deal with it. He decided to bring his attorneys in to shut it down. Shut it down. It didn't happen. On to the next. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I don't know if she's going to stay out any other lawsuits in the next 5 years. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, so we can be clear, as relates to the lawsuit involving, not even the lawsuit, the settlement involving Cardi B and Tasha K. The 5-year plan only covers a portion of the $4.1 million, 39 plus fees and everything, $4.1 million. It only covers a portion of it. So once this 5-year plan is completed, they got to go back in and talk about the rest of the money. That you think Cardi's just going to give up $3 million? Hey, forget $3 million you owe me. She's not doing that. But she still showed grace. She's given her time to pay. So that's why when people have said through their reporting that Cardi took $3 million off the deal, she didn't take it off the deal. She just put it in the back end. You know how you artists to go performing, you get your money up, you get some up front, you get some in the back end. Well, this is probably the most feasible solution right now, but she didn't allow any of the money to be reduced. She just said it's going to be amortized over a period of time or spread out over a period of time. So after the 5-year plan is completed, they got to come back in and do another plan. Or Cardi's going to sue her for the $3 million that is outstanding. And depending upon where Tasha case in 5 years from now, she may have the full lump sum and say, "Hey, listen, I don't want to deal with no more plans. I don't want to see no more quarterly reports or annual tax returns. I don't want to do that no more. Here's your $3 million. See you. Hate to be you." But until that happens, she's still on the hook for the entire 4.1, and that's just what it is. As you guys enter in, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you're supporting this platform. I don't go live that often, but I'm going live today. And I have another story I kind of want to talk about real quickly. I actually have two of them. The other story is young Jeezy is now suing his former manager, Solomon. And first of all, let me shout out to Solomon. I've known Solomon for years, and I've known Jeezy for just as long. But Jeezy is suing his former manager, Solomon. And that's not a good picture, but that's the only one I could find. That this was a traffic ticket. It was something minor. But that's the best picture I could find, Solomon. I'm sorry, we need a better picture. Shoot me some better pictures. But Solomon has been Jeezy's manager for well over 10 years. Jeezy's also been his accountant. But Solomon was, prior to being Jeezy's manager, Solomon managed Puff Daddy's, Diddy's restaurant, Justin's, in Atlanta since it opened until it closed. So Solomon went over afterwards to work with Jeezy. But they've had a long, successful run in the business. But apparently Jeezy said, nah. These numbers are not looking right. They're not looking right. So Jeezy has accused Solomon and his accountant of some bad business. Let's just say that. Bad business. And we don't know how true it is, but I would say this. I was the only reporter covering Jeezy's first case when he sued another member of his crew, Cardi B. And this was years ago. Anyone remember that Jeezy had sued this? I don't know if Kinky was his manager. I guess Kinky was his manager, business partner, but he sued his business partner in Fulton County. And I covered the trial with the cameras. And I think I have the footage, but that is the only time that anyone's gotten Jeezy on camera in the courtroom. Only time. Now he's had cases, he had the situation with his ex, Jeannie Mai, but there was no cameras in it. It was resolved before it had to go in front of the judge, and they had to, swear and so forth. But that case was resolved. This one here, Jeezy tends to go all the way when he's litigating with people. Even if he's going to sue Cardi B, who was with him for a long time, he's not going to pull any punches with Solomon, and they filed the lawsuit. So I don't know if they can resolve this, because Jeezy saying he's out of millions of dollars. How does that happen that you're out of millions of dollars and you don't look at your finances? How does that happen? How does that happen? Do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce, I won't use them as an example, they have a whole lot of money. But they should request monthly reports. Let's see where we at. Get a snapshot where we at. When did Jeezy know that he was losing all his money? I mean, I have nothing but, I got one issue with Solomon. Solomon, you and I are gonna talk about that. You did a fast one on me one day, but it wasn't on no business, but we'll just talk about that later. But I think Jeezy might have to change, changed his team. He obviously changed his team again because he doesn't have an accountant, nor does he have a manager now. But he has a great attorney. Shout out to Tanya Mitchell Graham. She's one of his attorneys, and she's pretty good. But shout out to Tanya Mitchell Graham. But we'll see how this happens. Okay, hold on. I don't know, Pat. If you send me a message, make sure you send it to my DM on Twitter, DM, not tweet it, or on Instagram, or just send it to news@hiphopinquirer.com. If you have a tip, you know where to send it at. And talk about tips. President Trump said today that he wants writers and journalists to now have to reveal their sources. He wants to be able to tell the American people who their sources are. Well, Mr. President, I do not reveal my sources. I'm sorry, I do not reveal my sources at all. So apparently there was a book done about the president, and he didn't like what was in the book. And he didn't like the fact that the writer, I want to say Mr. Woods, he did not like the fact that the writer didn't reveal his source. Well, just imagine journalists having to reveal their sources. They would have no stories. They would have no great breaking stories. Because sometimes you have to protect people's identity for safety reasons. They want to tell a story, but they also want to be protected. No different than jurors want to be protected from the media when they're in the courtroom. So when the president says he wants to perhaps see laws that are enacted for people who report the news to have to reveal their sources, it's not going to happen. We're not doing that. And what does that do to the whistleblowers that are reporting on government behavior? What does that do to that? So people are not, good journalists, credible journalists are not revealing their sources. They're just not. I'm taking it to my grave. That's just how I roll. I take it to my grave. You're not. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold you in contempt. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I can't reveal my sources. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I just can't. Now, if they want to come out and tell, I'm not going to do it. It's just not happening. Oh yeah, thank you, Patty. Thank you. I listened to the Ricky Smiley. I want to say the what's the guy's name that did the recap on Ricky Smiley's show? What's the guy's name? I forgot the guy's name, but he's on Ricky Smiley's show. What is his name? The co-host. I know the Brat, but what is the co-host? And please don't get mad at me. I know you are Ricky Smiley, but I think your co-host did the recap on one of my stories. Gary. Shout out to Gary. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm old. But shout out to Gary. Gary gave me he name checked me in one of his reportings. That I appreciate that. But I didn't see it. Gary with the T. Well, Gary with the T. Now that we're talking about you, Gary, you got a part of the story wrong, Gary, but it's okay. It's okay, Gary. It's okay. You got part of it wrong. But I try to reach out to the Brat. I try to reach out to them and say, hey, you'll tell Gary, no. It didn't happen like that, Gary, but it's good. It's good. We're corrected right now for you. Well, the Head Crack is my guy. Head Crack is my guy. Head Crack and I was on a few things together, but he's my guy. And he's from the Bronx too, so don't mess with Head Crack now. They don't call him Head Crack for no reason now. Okay, listen, hold on. Why are we talking about, we're going to talk about this alleged fight that's supposed to have taken place with Young Jeezy and this other individual. You can type his name in the chat. But I have the T on that. There was never a fight. According to my sources, the guy just threw a drink at Jeezy. There was never no hands thrown. So when the guy said he fought Jeezy, it didn't happen. My sources are solid. There was never a fight. That's why, the guy. So first of all, here's a telltale sign. The guy says he's from the street. Then why are you on YouTube doing a whole video talking about you had a fight with Jeezy? Because it didn't happen. You threw a drink at him. You tried to get at him, but you didn't get at him. The only thing that reached Jeezy was liquid, nothing else. There was never a fight, guys. It wasn't no fight. But it was a good video he did, because he had people think, wow, he shows a bloody hand. First of all, how did you cut your hand, man? Did you break the glass and cut your hand? Because it never hit Jeezy. Oh my goodness. What's this guy's name? The guy he's supposed to claim. Well, he was on YouTube. He's a YouTuber. Well, no, he's on Instagram. He's an Instagrammer. But he said he had a fight with Jeezy the other night. It never happened. It was a drink thrown at Jeezy, but the guy couldn't get at him. From what I'm told, someone got at the other guy. And that's how his hand got messed up. But Jeezy never got touched. Never got touched. So Kelly G, that is the story. That is the T. Jeezy never got hit. He never got touched. First of all, if anyone knows Jeezy, when Jeezy's out in public, he's always with security. He always moves with security. Very rarely have I seen him without security. Well, I saw him with no security at the courthouse, but then you're in the courthouse. You don't need security. It's when you walk outside the courthouse. That's the story. So my guy, Shorty Red, was on live last night. And Shorty Red, it was the producer who did most of Jeezy's top songs. He was online talking about, he was the one that designed the snowman. You know, the infamous snowman that was used on t-shirts, last 10 years, that was promoting Jeezy's brand. But Shorty Red actually designed the snowman. And hopefully I can get him up to talk about that. That's his name, Goldmouth. Okay, it must be Goldmouth. That's his name, Goldmouth Famgoon. That is Q. That's his name, Goldmouth Famgoon. That's his name. I appreciate you guys. I got my producers in the building. But yeah, that was the guy who said he had fought Jeezy. Never happened. Why do you get online and say you did something when there are people that there will tell the truth? You got close, but you didn't get close enough. Let's just say that. You got closer than most, but you didn't get close enough. It didn't happen. Let's see. Yeah, so I saw that Q. I saw that. I don't know about what he owes or don't owe, but anytime someone goes on social media and boast about fighting someone, but there's no footage. There was no footage. The only thing you can deduct from that is that he's trying to troll Jeezy. He's trying to troll Jeezy. That's all that is. And again, I can't attest to whether or not Jeezy owed a guy, but it's clear that this guy is looking for attention. Let's just say that. He's looking for attention. So we giving you a little attention, Mr. Goldmouth Famgoon. We know what happened. We know because our sources was in the building. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's just hope that Fat Joe doesn't decide to. Well, I don't have listen, I don't have anything to do with what he decides to do. But if he decides to do it, we will report it. But I don't think he's going to do it. He knows that's trying to spend that kind of money to. Well, again, I'm not going to say he won't do it. You know how folks from the Bronx are. They don't have a problem with a fight. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in. There you have it. Tasha K received a cease and desist from the rapper Fat Joe, and he doesn't want her to be talking about him, his wife, or anything to do with assault as it relates to him and his wife. And unless there's a police report to support this, I stay away from it. I would really do. I would stay away from it. Okay, guys, I have we won't report that just yet. We're gonna look into it first. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in. Shout out to the mods or mods, and I appreciate you guys. And we'll see you on the next live. We really will. Peace.